I just want to remind you that you are absolutely remarkable. And the reason why you feel like you do is because you are not achieving the outcomes immediately, and you think that it should happen rather quickly. All of the things that are important in life take decades and decades and decades to actually mature, to turn into something. And it doesn't matter what you're working on, whether it is a diet, whether it is your own mental health, or are doing research. It doesn't matter what you are actually doing and what it's actually about. It's all the same story. The outcomes that you actually get happen far into the future. And when you do an action, when you perform something, when you try something, you don't get the results that you're expecting today, you turn to all sorts of different things, like being anxious and mean with yourself and saying, I can't do this. You turn to things like substance abuse. You turn to all sorts of different things that are unhealthy for you. Now, the one thing that you can possibly do that is healthy, just remind yourself that you are bloody remarkable. You think about how amazing that you actually are, and so fortunate too. Think about how difficult it was for you to be here today, wherever you are around the world. It's actually pretty remarkable that you were born, that you're living, that you're going through all of the steps. Just appreciate that and think about it. You're doing good stuff. Look at what you've actually achieved in the day-to-day. Look at the sort of small little things that you've done. And those small little things, those moments where you got up and you did it again. I'm telling you, doing the same thing every day and not getting results is the definition of craziness. But the key is not to worry about those end results and enjoy what you're actually doing. Get into the moment using all of these tricks, right? Exercise is super important. Practicing smiling, doing things where you get enough sleep, you get enough food, all those sort of basic things. Just reminding yourself, just absolutely remarkable. And do that every day, every stinking day. You might never achieve those outcomes, right? Those outcomes might be far longer than you're here on earth. That's okay, right? As long as you go through the steps and you try and you keep doing it over and over and over again, and remembering that you're absolutely remarkable. Don't listen to the outside world that's telling you otherwise. They're unhealthy for you. Focusing on where are those outcomes today? How come you haven't gotten those outcomes? That's nonsense. It doesn't help. The equivalent is basically nasal gazing. You just sit there and you just stare at your belly button. There's no benefit from you thinking about the outcomes, where you're going, all of those kind of things. The only thing that works, getting up and getting going and trying absolutely every day. And when you're trying and you just don't like to do it, just remind yourself you're remarkable. The fact that you're trying, you're getting out there is the only thing that you can do, and appreciate who you actually are today. Keep going.